The Spanish-American War. Okay, so for many years, the United States has looked out to its southern tropical neighbors, and situation is no different. Its southern neighbor, Cuba, was used by the United States companies for sugar and other things that grow in the tropics. Cuba had a rebellious streak and went through 2 revolutions before, which didn't go so well. Jose Marti, a rich guy who fancied himself a revolutionary, remembered how splendid the last 2 revolutions are, and decides in his infinite wisdom that there should be another. To draw the United States into the war, he begins to attack the United States interests, which prompts Cuba to throw everybody into concentration camps so that they can't attack the interests. Turns out these places weren't that nice, and when the United States newspapers heard of it, they exaggerated everything through yellow journalism. Hearst and Pulitzer are some of the biggest users of this journalistic tactic. When the United States public heard of all the atrocities going on in Cuba, they clamor for war, and Congress decides that they'll give them one. The first place that the United States attacks during the war is the Philippines. During the Battle of Malana Harbor, the United States wins and destroys the entire Spanish fleet within a couple of hours.
Let's go!
The reason for such easy victories for the United States was the fact that it was a rising power, whilst the Spanish were a declining power. The United States was richer, and Spain was much poorer. The United States also had a modern navy, while Spain was outdated. And the United States had local support on the many islands it attacked, while the Spanish were not popular, and that usually happens after several hundred years of oppression. Using its military might, the United States blockades Cuba, and the U.S. Army and its Rough Riders, which are a volunteer force led by Teddy Roosevelt, former Secretary of the Navy, invade Cuba. San Juan Hill is the decisive engagement in Cuba, in which the Rough Riders charge up the hill and win victory for the United States. After the Battle of San Juan Harbor and a couple other months, the United States decides that it will let up on Cuba. And so Cuba offers the Treaty of Paris. In exchange for peace, the United States gets Puerto Rico, Spain frees Cuba, and America gets to buy the Philippines for $20 million.
Wait, why was that?